Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. This is a daily analysis for Bitcoin to see what happened yesterday and what it might happen today. So starting with the daily, where we have our bull run here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished wave 1 as an impulse, of course, clear impulse. We have an ABC very likely unfolding here as 3 ways down, 3 ways up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to hit, of course, our target around the 70K for Bitcoin, 1.618, the most common target for wave C in a wave 2. As you can see, as per the base channel, we have left the base channel taken from the wave 1 based on the wave 2 of this impulse as a very clear signal that we have finished the bull run here. And definitely, of course, we are in a trend toward the downside currently. We are looking, of course, at a break point, as we mentioned, that we might drop very fast, of course, once we leave the channel here, the corrective channel for the first time. Then we're gonna retrace the base channel again, as you can see, one candle, and then we're gonna drop very fast again toward the downside once we leave as well the base channel. Now currently we see a retracement toward the upside, which it might even come back to the base channel, hitting the high here and then continue the drop for lower. This is, of course, in general expectations for regarding the base channels here and the channeling. So if we move to the labels here for this potential scenario, after a wave 1 here, we have an ABC as we mentioned, and this wave C is still in double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. I'm still expecting, of course, in highest probability here, a drop down still, of course, in double 4 5s, because of course we have double 1 2 even internally inside the wave 3. We're gonna see it, of course, much more clearer on the 2-hour chart. However, what I'm expecting is that, of course, we have finished the most aggressive move here after leaving the base channel, the corrective channel, etc. And we, of course, unfold the wave 3, which is the most aggressive downtrend. And we might start to see, of course, a little bit more calmer way or price action here for several 4-5. Until we reach, of course, exactly the base, the target, which is, of course, in confluence with the 0.38 minimum requirement for wave 2. So that would be perfect as well. And of course, we have a very strong support area in this area, as technically it is, of course, hard to break this area. Therefore, I'm expecting, of course, Bitcoin to start to build some energy over there and, of course, start to prepare for a new bull run toward the 200K in the next months. So this is regarding the main scenario. The second scenario that I'm expecting here, in case, of course, we see a very strong bounce toward the upside, which we gonna, of course, estimate this on the micro level in the intraday and, of course, during our analysis every day. So basically, if we gonna get a very strong retracement, especially right now during the peace agreement, guys. Of course, this is fundamental right now as well, because yeah, we know that this is gonna affect the markets, very, very likely to affect it very strongly as well. Because, of course, if we get a peace agreement, all the market might, of course, go for bullish or even for very, very strong retracement toward the upside. In this case, if this happens and we see, of course, a very strong move toward the upside, this scenario might still be in play, because you might have finished here a zigzag wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to hit, of course, the target still, which we might still come back to 1.618 and then start, of course, a new bull run toward the upside. From there, of course, we need 1, 2, 1, 2 again, of course, and then starting the bull run. So this is also very, very important to see in case, of course, we gonna see some very strong retracement toward the upside. It might still be in play, of course. We're gonna get, of course, the signal, of course, that we got. This is invalidation of bearish here, meaning invalidation of the impulse, right? So if the price comes back to this area, which is exactly around the 100K, very important psychological number as well, it is very, very likely that directly we're gonna shift to something as diagonal or even maybe higher. Nobody knows, of course, to be reanalyzed as this area in the micro level, but basically this can be the possibility as well. The final one, in case we are very bullish and the price is going to continue toward the upside, well, you still have here a small possibility where we are still here in the 0.6180, 0.786 for a potential wave 2 after, of course, a diagonal wave 1 here, and ABC wave 2 or WXNY can be as well. And then we push very high, meaning you're gonna take the high here. This is an extended wave 5, meaning ultimate bullish scenario still there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 in the blue count. Can be also something as diagonal. Well, can be also a possibility, guys. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. However, I doubt that this gonna happen so much because, of course, the wave 1, 2 here for a wave 5 is a little bit very huge regarding this 1, 2, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5. But still, of course, a possibility to be watched, of course, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Let's move to the lower time frame and see the possibility internally right now. So very important things are happening here. So since our top there for a potential wave B, we are looking here at highest possibility, the impulse wave 1 and WXNY for a wave 2, and followed by double 1-2s. Those double 1-2s represents, of course, your wave 3, which is not yet done, but of course the most aggressive move has been somehow finished. So we have 1-2, another 1-2, and internally you have also double 1-2s again. 1-2, 1-2, wave 3, wave 4. Of course, your wave 3 is here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 4, wave 5. This is what I changed today because, of course, because we saw here 3 waves down. So directly the label changed to this position in case of a possibility of double 1-2 here, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5, meaning you finished a 1-2 here, wave 3 as a white scenario. You got a wave 4, and currently this zigzag, as we mentioned, because we got invalidation, it became a zigzag, which it might be your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as ending diagonal to finish over there. So this is what changed today. This is very important to understand it, of course. And that because we got invalidation yesterday directly, of course, we have to update the labels here as per the price action signals. And if this is exactly, well, it is our blue box anyway, as expected. And we saw invalidation at 1-to-1 fib level. Now, of course, you have the possibility to continue or the drop toward the downside. Wave 5 has to reach potentially this target around the 78k, 76k, which is very, very close for our target, main target in the daily, right? Our main daily target is 70k. Of course, we're still gonna drop, but don't forget you have several 4-5 as we mentioned. And this might be, of course, the case there. Now, this is the first possibility. The second possibility is a stronger retracement ABC here, which it can be, of course, in this case, that this wave 4 is still there. Yeah, meaning in case that we're gonna get kind of like a potential A, B, and a C somehow, you can get, of course, a wave 4 there, and then dropping down for a wave 5 again, after all, impulsively, for example. So this is also a possibility where you might have an A, B, and a C. Now, currently, we can count 5 waves here, but the problem is that wave 3 somehow is longer than wave 1, and still, of course, a potential WX and a Y. By all means, you might have finished a wave A there. You can have a wave B, even it can take the 85k 300, but still can open the possibility for a wave C toward the upside. Okay, now confirmation for lower can be taken, of course, for higher probability for the diagonal. Okay, but still have a potential, of course, to rebound there for a wave C. Okay, another possibility is that you are in double 1-2s here. Probably this wave 2 is an ABC here, that it might be unfolding a wave 2 there. Okay, so like 1, 2, 1, and then A, B, and a C, wave 2 expanding flat, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. In this case scenario, of course, this is the retracement that I was talking. If we get a very strong retracement, 99K, that means, of course, invalidation of this one too, turning all the count here as ABC, or 3 waves down. And that means, of course, it opens the scenario of the daily that we saw, of course, a big diagonal, ending diagonal, that it might shift here as diagonal for a wave C in an expanding flat to come back, of course, to the 70K. And this is going to be, of course, in case it happens, it's going to be the war peace agreement. Okay, so if we get a positive news, of course, I mean, it's the first time I mentioned so much fundamentals within Elliott Wave analysis, but this might be the things. At the end, of course, all fundamentals and psychology is over there. And this is exactly what we try to read technically on the chart. If this is going to unfold, of course, this is definitely might be affected, of course, with a peace agreement in case, of course, both sides will get a positive answer. So that will be very massive, of course, probably for the crypto market and the stocks, and even for the gold. It might be the opposite, but yeah, it's going to be a very interesting move for the whole markets. Yep, so that was it for Bitcoin, the daily. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.